Yo, my peoples, what's up? Welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. Jason here, and today I have a playthrough for Everdell with the Pearlbrook expansion. If you tune into the One Stop Co-op Shop, you'll know that I'm a huge fan of Everdell, and I decided that I'm just going to play through all of the big box expansions, and this time it is Pearlbrook. The basic concept is the same. You are playing adorable little woodland creatures. You're gathering your resources. You're spending them to acquire critters and construction, these cards, and you're going to use them to build the mightiest and most glorious city that you can. Combo, combo, combo in terms of the cards. That is the name of the game. What Pearlbrook adds is a more valuable resource, which is pearls, and another set of locations so that you can get more powerful items. Eventually, you're going to be able to transfer those items into these advanced wonders. As you can see, you might be able to shoot the moon and hit a 25-point wonder. This expansion in Everdell offers that opportunity to get that one-shot high score, which is unique amongst all the other expansions. Only Pearlbrook does it, so I'm happy to bring this playthrough for you. But before I get to all that, let's talk about the One Stop Co-op Shop. You're on the YouTube channel. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, as well as a subscription to the channel if you haven't already. And go ahead and hop over to our YouTube streaming channel. Similar coverage, but live, as it is on the table. We have our podcast. Every week we bring you gaming-focused content, designer interviews, design discussions, hundreds of episodes at this point for you to enjoy. We also have our Discord, which is an amazing community. If you want to join a community that is focused on solo and co-op and takes care of one another, please go ahead, check the show notes below for a link directly to that Discord. It is free to join. We do have Patreon, which helps us keep the games in front of the camera and helps keeps the tech upgraded. We would appreciate a monthly contribution. But if you just want to join for free our Discord community, we are totally happy to have you. We are the One Stop Co-op Shop, your one stop for solo and cooperative gaming goodness. So let's focus in on the Pearlbrook expansion. For the base game, I will refer you to Mike's playthrough in the One Stop Co-op Shop if you're not familiar with the basic mechanisms. I'm also using the Nightweave bot from the Mistwood expansion.
Yes, Rugwood, get out of here, you filthy creature. I am here to conquer yet another kingdom. I can't wait.
That bot is available via the Mistwood expansion. I also have a separate playthrough also in the One Stop Co-op Shop. We have a playlist with all of these videos in one convenient place for you. Let's talk about Pearlbrook though. For the most part, this represents a separate kingdom with separate spaces. Every player will get a frog meeple, including the bot, and only the frog meeple can visit these spaces. And you have to meet a prerequisite in your city. This is a hoity-toity kingdom with a valuable resource. Kind of like Wakanda with vibranium over here. Only the pearls. You have to have preconditions, so 3 green or 2 blue, some such thing. Let's say I have met that condition, usually after a good prepare for season. I will pick one of the places that I qualify for. I would get the pearl if I was there first, and I would reveal the card. So generally, the cards are constructions and critters, as just like you have in the basic card deck, and there would be some kind of trade and give you either resources and pearls or point tokens and pearls, depending on where you're going. Point being, that's how you get these valuable pearls. And the game tells you how valuable the pearls are with this conversion over here. Anyone could go here to the shoal. You would pay 2 resources and discard 2 cards to gain 1 pearl. Oh my goodness. Generally, that is a conversion. What can you do with those pearls? Well, first of all, every player will be dealt 2 adornments, including the Nightweave bot. And you can pay a pearl to get some kind of power that breaks the mold. If you really need a little bit of a jump, this is a good way to get that going. You could either pay the pearl and get rid of the card, or hold on to this card and score at the end of the game. In addition, replacing the basic events in the basic game, those are gone. Now we have 10, 15, 20, and 25 points if you spend a whole bunch of resources and the requisite number of pearls. A reasonable number will get you this 10-pointer if you pay a whole bunch of stuff, including 3 pearls. That is how you get the 25-pointer. And that's all you need to know for Pearlbrook. Let's get going. All right, so for my setup, I have chosen the moles. And I've chosen to play with a player power. The mole player power is, when you use a worker to gain resources from a location, you may pay up to one of those resources to gain a stone. Stone being a little bit more rare, a little bit more valuable. So the moles are going to be digging down for that stone. I also get 5 cards because I am the second player. Nightweave goes first. I've dealt her everything. Replacing her spring worker is the frog meeple, so she'll be able to get that ambassador card if she hits it in her Automa deck. And the game recommends playing without any of the plans and plots and personalities from the Mistwood expansion, but I can't help it. I'm going to play with at least a personality. Nightweave the Needy. If you play or draw a meadow card adjacent to Nightweave when she goes into the meadow, you must give her 1 of your coins.
I remember when you beat me last time. You impoverished me. So now you must pay the piper if you want to take some cards next to me. Be a dear and lend me your paw.
The initial setup randomly dealt is really good for me, actually. He got the mine and the minor mole. I am the moles, so I'm going to be a wash in stone. I also have the architect over here. The architect, I will get 1 point at the end of the game for each of my unused resin and stone. I plan on having tons of stone. So I need to rush and make sure that Nightweave doesn't get 1 or 2 of these cards and breaks my delicious combo. Nightweave is the first player. They're going to place their worker first on the 3 twig space. You're welcome to it. While I'm over here, let me go ahead and fire off this power right away. This would normally be 2 resin and a wood. We are going to trade 1 of those resins for stone. Oh yeah. Alright, Nightweave's next card play is to place her second worker at a spot that I've occupied already. So you listen to this tiebreaker and you go along the forest spots. So then they would hop over to that space. I was considering taking that space, but Nightweave, you could have it. All right, I'm going to try to get 4 cards out of the meadow before I finish my season. Let's see if Nightweave is a booger about it. So we're going to go ahead and spend that 1 stone that I got and acquire the crane and set myself up to eventually acquire that architect next turn. If they let me farm, that might be a good backup. Uh-oh, Nightweave is going to begin her shenanigans. He acquires a random card from the meadow. Come on, don't mess me up. That does not mess me up. That's a pretty valuable card, though. She gets the castle, plays it directly into her city, and replaces with another architect. Ha ha! I'm guaranteed to at least get 1 of them. Let's just get 1 of them right now. I'm going to spend the crane action, which is to acquire the architect. And so I get them for free. I don't know if getting the end game so early going is smart, but I don't want Nightweave to screw me up that way. And I probably should have mentioned this before. There are plenty of cards from the Pearlbrook expansion that get shuffled into the main deck, like this fairy. Copy any revealed river destination. Hoo-hoo. If it's blocked, you get to have a backup. That's pretty cool. Night Mist goes again, and this time she's going to play the top card of her deck over there. She only has 1 card to begin the game, but she is going to play that university. So just keep in mind that she has these 2. So then eventually she's going to be able to visit the Pearlbrook area. So you would definitely track which of these symbols she has. So right now she'll be visiting that red symbol. Oh man, I'm going to go for my 3rd out of 4th card that I was going for. We're going to do that by discarding the crane. So when playing a construction, you may discard the crane from your city to play that construction for 3 fewer. Love it. So the architect doesn't go anywhere. Architect's like, I planned for this. Creative destruction, my friend. And I am going to acquire the mine that way and 1 stone. Card will be replaced by the harbor. Wow, lots of Pearlbrook cards. If you have at least 2 pearls, gain 2. Ooh, there's 2 of them out there. Ugh. Nightweave, you could have those 2. Although this is probably something I should have shown earlier. These are the special events, and I have 2 of the special events from the Pearlbrook expansion, the harbor being one of those events. So that would be Night Mist. If she actually got that, or Nightweave, then she would be instantly eligible for this card. Don't plan on getting that. That one low, 9 points. It's mine, unless Nightweave can get it.
You think it's yours, don't you?
Ho ho ho! It is time for a Nightweave to enter the city.
Ha ha ha! I have made money peanuts. I hope I get the card that you really want. Yes! Harbor! It sounds like you want the harbor! Gimme!
Take the harbor, Night Mist. You have no idea what you're doing. So if I wanted any of these 3 cards that are adjacent to Nightweave right now, I'd have to give her a coin. I don't have a coin. So these are effectively locked for me. Good thing, though, that I am going for the Minor Mole because I have the mine, and the mine allows me to get the Minor Mole for free. Yeah! Copy 1 production in an opponent's city. She only has 1 production. Yeah, right. At least for now. Next card up is the Woodcarver. Ooh. For Nightweave, next card, she would place a worker, but she has no more workers left in the her area. So she is going to withdraw back to her lair.
Yes, that was successful, wasn't it, my minions?
They have no opinion. She's going to get 2 workers back and also get her frog meeple. So she's ready to go right there. She is going to shuffle 3 of her cards, including a card that can play her adornment or place her worker. And also, if I don't get this card and it would place a worker that doesn't have any, it would still place the frog meeple. So these 3 or 4, actually, cards are going to get shuffled into the bot deck, creating a new, bigger deck for her to enjoy. Her season is going to change to spring. She gets 2 more cards to comprise her deck. And by the way, all this is detailed right here, and you can just go down the list. I really like the bot here. So much of the information is here. I don't have to go into the rule book. She discards 1 random metal card, which will be 4. Because she rolled a 4, she would discard the next card clockwise, which is the Peddler. And we will go ahead and replace those. Messenger, another one of these Pearlbrook cards. Draw 1 and gain 1. Must share a space with a construction. There we go. Also buffs the river destination. The messenger is considered the same color as the shared. Ooh, okay. So a little bit of flexibility there in terms of visiting the Pearlbrook spaces and the familiar post office. I am still in winter, getting as much out of it as I can. I'm going to go ahead and place my second worker right there. This lets us cycle the meadow. Evertree, I love you, but you're a little bit too expensive for now. We are going to discard you, get Historian. Ooh, I like that. And a Clock Tower. Hey, sometimes that happens. And I get to draw 2 cards. Let's go ahead and just draw these 2. Clock Tower and Historian. And gain 1 of any resource. That's going to be a wood, a ruins, and dungeon. Nightweave begins with spring, so we would not skip this whole section and get to here. So then it looks like Nightweave is going to send 1 of her minions, her brainless minions, out to this area. Discard up to 3 cards and gain 1 for any of these cards. Nice to cycle. I have other plans for more cards. And this is part of why I love Everdell so much. Normally, at this point, we'd be preparing for season, going to the next phase. But if you plan it right, you can get all these extra actions. Extra actions is my boss. Love that. So then we are going to spend these 2 wood and resin on a farm and get ourselves a berry. Next card in the market is going to be the postal pigeon. All that they pair with the post office. Goodbye, post office. The bot is going to go. They're going to go to any open space that I had. So if I had played that lookout, it would infest my lookout. But I don't have that. It is instead going to place its second and final regular worker of the season on the market and get 3 coins for its trouble.
Yes! I finally have a little bit of money, and soon I will have more from you!
So I'm rarely able to do this before the beginning of the spring season, almost never in winter, but I was able to finagle my resources, thank you mole creature, to get 3 production buildings. You do start with this. The bot doesn't get it until spring, but the player always gets this. I'm going to visit the illustrious kingdom. I'm going to get a precious pearl and hope I have the resources to satisfy this. Ballroom. Oh, so close. The only resource I don't have, which is a coin. Pay 1 coin and 1 resin to draw 3 cards and gain a pearl. Very, very powerful action. These are all very powerful actions, but I don't meet the precondition. But at least I got a pearl for my trouble, and I know what to do in order to take advantage of this next turn. And it is time for Nightweave to place another worker, but she doesn't have another regular worker. What she does have is her mesmerized ambassador. I wanted to make peace, but now I want to make war on the frogs. give me your pearls. Omicron, Ribbit, give me your pearl.
Yes, master, I will give you another pearl. My mind magic is spreading throughout the land, people.
All right, time for me to take my workers back. So I have my 2 workers. I do not get another worker because I'm using the player power. Hopefully I can turn all that extra stone into something real good. I think I'm already ahead on that because of the architect. Getting that one was pretty sweet. And the farms and the mine fires, the miner mole, all they have to copy is the harbor. I'm 1 pearl short. If I had made that precondition, I would have had my 2. I did not. I can't have everything. Nightweave is up, and they are going to take a meadow card.
Which one of these did you want? I want the one that you want. This one, the postal pigeon, delicious. Even if you didn't want it. Ah, yes, roast pigeon is my favorite.
Next card is going to be another farm. For my first action of the turn, let's go ahead and work on that clock tower. Need a lot of wood, get a lot of wood.
Yes, time to dine. Ooh, ferry boat.
Oh no! I actually like this card. You can't have everything, but man, that's a really good card.
Ah, yes, I have full board coverage. You want some of these cards? You have to pay.
I did want one of those cards. I want that messenger.
Too bad.
Well, it wouldn't be a challenging bot if it didn't mess up my plan eventually. Now did it. So let's go ahead and pay the 3 wood. Wow, this is expensive. And the stone to get the clock tower. So, clock tower. When played, place 3 coins here. Too bad they're not mine. They belong to the clock tower. At the beginning of preparing for season, you may pay 1 coin from here to activate one of the basic or forest locations where you have a worker deployed. All right. So doubling up on something that is good. A basic location, or anyway. So I'll go ahead and do that. All right, for Nightweave, next trick, they are going to place their frog meeple. Nope, they're not going to do that. Go to the next one. They're going to place an adornment. They pay a pearl. They do. You have to keep track of, spending and getting all that kind of stuff. They do get this adornment, and so how much it's worth is dependent on the level of difficulty. So I have a medium difficulty right in the middle. So this would be basically a 5-point action for them. You know I love my combos. The clock tower will get me a historian. Now, whenever I play a critter construction, I draw an extra card. Sweet. And so the next card would have Nightweave play herself again, but you can't do that. So that means that she prepares for summer. So then we go ahead and discard that, put her summer cards, including another Wonder and Adornment playing card in there, shuffle all that together, gets 2 more workers, and acquires 2 cards from the meadow. It's going to acquire that farm, enjoy yourself. That goes to her deck, not her city. And the wood carver, I was thinking about you. A very rare place to get coins, but that's too bad. Whenever you add cards to Nightweave's deck, you go ahead and give that a shuffle and replenish the whole thing. She is ready for summer. And so now that Nightweave is gone, while the spider's away, the cats will play. Come on, messenger. I don't want to have to give her $1 for that. Get out of here. So I get to draw a card, and that'll be from the top of the deck, and get my precious coin. I needed that coin so bad. Yes. Card that I drew was a farm. I don't know if I'm going to get that played. We'll see about that. And a wanderer. Very first card of the bot's turn.
What? You kidnapping my territory? Oh, I will return with a vengeance. Ah, did you want that wanderer? It is mine.
Once again, nice and locked down, but I rescued the messenger. I feel so good about that, because the chances are 50-50 that I would need a coin in order to get the pearl from here. So let's see what this card says. Market. Pay 1 and 1 to draw 3 and gain a pearl. Oh, wow. That is so good. So let's go ahead and pay that coin that I got and a random resource, which will be a stone. That one hurts. but at least I got some good stuff. So let's go ahead and draw 3 cards and gain me a pearl. I am now my full complement of 8 cards. Time to lighten up a little bit. Played some of these things. All right, Summertime Action is going to play the top card of its hand into there, a farm. Finally, a building that I can copy. All right, going to use my second and final worker of the season to take these 3 cards and discard them and get 3 resources. That's going to be 1 of each of the construction resources: wood, resin, and stone. The bot loves to hunt for my open spaces. Don't have one. About to have one, but the bot jumped the gun, and it is going to place a worker here anyway and get 3 coins for its trouble. Look at my 3 pearls. Delicious. I wonder what I'm going to do with you. Meantime, I'm going to pay those 3 resources that I just got to get the lookout. So, oh, wait a minute. That's not even an open space. Too bad, bot. Stay away from me. For the bot's next action in summer, they're going to go to their own space and get 2 money for their trouble. So I do not like the bot is racing ahead in so much money. I'm hopeful that I can get that Pearlbrook wonder going to offset all these points the bot is getting. Gotta admit, I'm a little terrified.
Did you say terrified? Delicious.
What's my favorite thing to do in Everdell? Why do I love this game so much? Combo, combo, combo. The lookout gets me the Wanderer, and I get to draw 3 cards. Come on, give me something good. Fairy. Ooh, yeah. Fairy's actually really good. Copy any river destination. Good for pearls. Postal Pigeon for more cards. And Ruins. If I want to destroy one of my constructions, which I might actually do. We'll see. And I get the resources equal to that construction's cost and gain 2 cards. Not a bad little option there. So, of course, Nightweave is a massive jerk, and they are going to prioritize putting their frog worker, which is the card that they got, on the unrevealed space because they get double the pearls from that. So they're going to get the 1 pearl, and they're going to reveal Snout the Explorer and get another pearl from them. It is such a good idea to allow Nightweave, the queen of the world, Mother Christmas, to come along and take all your pearls.
Wait, that sounds like a terrible It is a very good idea. Very good to give me all your pearls.
You see? How can you hate a face like that? Give her all your pearls.
Okay.
Darn it, she's infiltrated Pearlbrook. I must do something. But we'll have to wait for next season for that. Let's go ahead and withdraw my workers. But I get to use the clock tower. The clock tower says I can fire off 1 space again if I pay a coin off of that one. So that's going to be here. I'm going to get 2 wood and use my mole conversion to get a stone. Now you can come back, worker. I get another worker, so I get to place 3 in the coming season. And I get to draw 2 cards from this area. That's going to be the post office and the crane. So I'm not sure if you can draw and then replenish and then draw from those increased options, but that's okay. I'm sure that someone will point that out in the rules. You can always rely on the internet for that. Summer action, back to its old tricks, occupying spaces I want. All right, back to that familiar spot. Let's go ahead and get a resin and a wood and use my mole thing to get 1 stone. All right, this is kind of a bummer. So it would get the basic event, or because it doesn't exist, and then it would get a wonder or an adornment. So rules, as written, state it would get the highest wonder that it can afford. It ignores all the resource and card costs. It only looks at the pearls. It has gotten 3 pearls over the course of the game thus far. So the most expensive wonder that it can afford is the Starfall's Flame. So that would be the 25 pointer that it would get in summer, which just doesn't feel right. I don't know if I'm playing that right or wrong, but I mean, I'm trying to follow the rules written as much as possible. And it's not like it's going to get some sort of like nerfed point total. Score printed value of the wonders that it acquires. So it just got 25 points in 1 shot.
Neener. Rules as written, baby.
I'm going to have to check with the designer on that one. The good news is that the bot isn't going to get pearls that fast anymore, so I believe Sunblaze Bridge is mine for the taking if I can get myself there, which I intend to. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and use that familiar crane. Love the crane. The bot would place a worker or an adornment or the frog worker. Already placed the worker, already, or they can't afford there to get their second adornment because they bought that big old building. So they get the point value here. You would consult their card right there. And so that means that whenever it gains that variable, it would gain 2. So now it is sitting at 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 gold coins at 25 point wonder. I have my work cut out for me. All right, time to blow up the crane. So I was hopeful that I could use it to get a second architect, but the architect is unique. So no second architect for me. Let's go ahead and get rid of that and build a building that is worth up to 3. That will be out of my hand. That is the post office. All of her workers are deployed. Nightweave is chomping at the bit to get into that meadow. They have to wait. So this is an interesting case over here. So they cannot place a worker, so they can't do any of these actions that are depicted. So then they go all the way down to the market and haven, and they get the 2 points. So I showed that before. I certainly am going to give it my best shot at winning with the power of the post office. Summons the postal pigeon. Reveal 2. I may play 1 worth up to 3 for free and discard the other. Roll them bones, baby. All right, doctor. I'm not getting any berries, but I like this, the shipwright. So would require the harbor normally. A purple card, I like that. +1 for each Pearlbrook card in my city. I have a messenger. I am working on a ferry, so that might be a really good addition to my city. Thank you, Postal Pigeon. You knew it was going to happen, people. Nightweave finally makes her way into the city, into the meadow, and they will conquer the architect, this unique critter that I couldn't take anyway.
Oh, delicious. I love purple creatures. They're mine.
If I wanted that shopkeeper, it was one of my favorite cards in the game. Too bad. Nothing for me. All right, so I actually do want this harbor. The harbor is worth a lot of points. It's going to combo well with my ship right now. I have the 2 pearls, so I get 4 resources total out of this thing. But I have to wait until Nightweave leaves.
That's what you think. I'll be here forever.
That's what you think. All right, so we are just going to instead go there. I meet that requirement with my ambassador. I have my palace card, which I wasn't going to get paid for anyway. And I gain a coin and a pearl. All right, Nightweave, I told you, you got to get called back. You can't do anything with this card, so you are on your way back to prepare for autumn.
Fine, I have one more little spell in my lair, and then I will conquer the world. I mean, I will bring berries and goodness into the world, right, Froggy?
Yes, I imagine that's exactly what you meant. Thank you very much, Queenie.
She draws 2 cards from the main deck. I took care of that. Now she discards 2 metal cards, but she discards that harbor. I'm going to be really, really mad because she has the other one. Nothing I can do about that. So dungeon, go ahead and keep that. I don't think I replenish, so I'm just going to keep on going clockwise. And then resin refinery, I kind of had my eye on you, but I don't think I'll miss you. So let's go ahead and get some more cards out there. Harbor is mine. It takes all of the resources that I have built up. I am now resourceless, but got the harbor, got my 3 points and the combo. And if I have at least 2 pearls, which you see I have 4 pearls, then I get 2 random or wild resources. That will be a stone and a resin. Replacement card is a doctor, works off of berries. I don't think I have gotten more than 2 berries this entire game. So go ahead and have fun, doctor. So I'm still in summer. I still have yet to place my 2 workers, trying to go slow and build up those resources. The advantage the bot has is that they can ninja. So they are going to use their first autumn action to go and occupy this space. And I believe they can also occupy this space as well because that's a separate card. I don't like that at all. So one thing that I have not been showing on camera is that whenever I get a critter or a construction, I would draw a card. So that's how I've gotten so many cards. I don't think I've explained that. So good old historian. So this is why I'm able to go to this place again and discard 3 cards and get 3 wild resources. Ooh, now we are in the heavier card special event. The one card that the bot qualifies for is the Harbor. They only need to have one of them in order to qualify for it, so they're going to claim that at the end of the round. So that's going to go ahead and kick me in the butt to claim this one. I have the Lookout and the Minor Mole. So I think I posted on the video, I'm going to have a little bit of a retcon from that very last action. It's going to be 3 wood instead. And so I'm going to go ahead and discard that wood. 1, 2, 3. Worth 2 points each. This is worth 6 points. All right, normal spider wants to block a forest location. I'm occupying these 2, so it's going to swing around. Here is the tiebreaker down over here. It is counterclockwise and occupy that space. All right, so here's my mighty city. It is time for me to prepare for autumn. So production, I get 1 stone, 1. It would have to be a berry because that's the only thing I could really fire off with the Minor Mole. Another berry, so 2. Clock tower is going to let me get some resources, which I'm going to copy that 1 space where I've been getting 1 resin, stone, and wood, and also 2 wild resources from the harbor. So that is the sum total of what I'm getting. Lots of stuff. I also get my last 2 workers. I'm ready to go. All right, one last time for the Hypnotized Ambassador. Going into Pearlbrook and conquering it, it can take any of these 4. So the tiebreaker would be you would consult the card and it would go into a counterclockwise direction. Starting from the bottom right, which would be the bottom, and going up, so that would occupy this space.
Ooh, I told you you were my friend. Do you want to give us 1 more pearl? I know you haven't given us all the pearls.
No, we don't have any!
You heard him. Where are the pearls?
Fine. Oh, fine. I'll give you a pearl.
Thank you.
It would be utterly devastating if I missed out on placing my worker here. So for my very first worker of the season, let's go ahead and get the Everdell games 9 points. And look at that nonsense. Special event. They get the last one on the board right here. They would have gotten the Everdell games, but you go ahead and you take that river race. I'm fine with that. The best space in the game for the moles. We get 1 resin, 1 stone in the switch, and 1 wood. Feels like it's been quite a long time since it's played a card just from its deck into its city, so it is going to play another farm. My city has 12 cards. It is headed up to 15, baby. So let's go ahead and discard 2 wood, 2 resin to get my ferry boat worth 2, and gives me all sorts of other goodies. All right, it is going to assault one of my other favorite spaces right down there. I almost threw it right on top of the space, didn't I? Man, I've been doing this all game, getting the combos going. That's why I like keeping a nice thin deck. You know, don't throw in the extras and the all sorts of cards. Getting those combos, the small-ish deck, makes me really happy. So the fairy will summon the fairy ferret. If I have at least 2 pearls, gain 2 points. Don't mind if I do. Next card is the Chapel, which is one that you want to build up towards. Not going to be too worried about that. And here comes Nightweave. I knew she was going to be one more appearance at the Minor Mole.
Oh, you are the moles. I'm going to eat the Minor Mole. Ah, that's what I like. Moles fill my belly like no other.
So Nightweave does have to be mindful of how big their city gets, but they have 10 cards in their city, so they're not going to have to worry about any maximums or anything. All right, so much of the last round in Everdell and Autumn is not tempting fate. So the bot could take that space, as I established. I'm going to go ahead and discard 5 cards. Once again, I know I haven't been showing it, but the historian has been saving my bacon with that. Nightweave's turn again. They are going to acquire another card from the meadow.
Give me the doctor. I hate the doctor. You kill people like me. I want to bite your face. Give me a 5. That's not a 5. An owl? That will barely satisfy me for 5 minutes. I'll take it anyway. Jump, jump, jump.
And the next one is the teacher. Oh my god, I love the teacher. But I doubt that I'm going to get the teacher anytime soon. I kept one card in my hand, and that is the ruins. Let's go ahead and kill the farm. You're only worth 1 point anyway. I'd rather have your resources. We got 2 wood and a resin. So I was kind of expecting this. They pay for their wonder and adornment. They got the pearl. They'll spend the pearl. They get their second adornment. I haven't used mine. I'm hoping to score mine, but I have them in my back pocket in case I can't do what I want to do right at the end. So I actually am going to use my adornment right now. It wasn't going to get me too many points anyway. It's going to give me 3 points. I'd rather have the reactivation of 2 in my city. Does cost me a pearl. It's a couple of points, but I'm okay with that. And because I'm getting the Wanderer power, which is draw 3 cards. I need those. Doesn't matter what they are. Pirate. Oh, man. I love the pirate. And I am also getting the benefit of my postal pigeon to get in my 15th card in my city, reveal 2. I may play 1 that is worth up to 3 for free. So 1, 2, the monk or the school. Nice. Oh yeah, that's definitely going to happen. At school, +1 for each common card in the city. So I was hopeful that I would get something like that. I believe that is a pretty good trade right there. And that is an action. So pass turn to the bot. The bot has 2 workers left, but they don't care. They're just going to go ahead and use all their actions that don't require any workers whatsoever. So they are going to go through the meadow. So then they're going to continue clockwise, I believe. Nope, that's the prepare for season thing. Now they just draw from the top of the deck. The twig barge, that's not so bad. The other reason I fired off the adornment, let's go ahead and do that. Pay 2 wood, pay 2 resin, pay 2 stone, pay 3 pearls. My last 3 pearls, and my hand was empty, so I had to, oh, by the way, once again, the historian, I forgot to show on that time. None of these I'm going to play. My city is full, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and discard those 3 cards and earn the Sunblaze Bridge. 20 points. Boom, yeah. You stole my 25, but 20 points is a good consolation prize. Man, Nightweave just doesn't let up. Plays the top card of their deck into their city. They now have 12 cards in their city, worth 2 points. I really don't know how this game is going to go. So for my last worker placement, I'm going to go ahead and place it on the lookout. Copy any basic or forest location. That's this one. Discard 2 meadow cards, replenish. Then draw 2 meadow cards. Also gain a 1 of any. I already know the resource is going to be my stone. That's my 6th for my architect. So that's 6 full points right there. Don't feel like drawing you, Night Mist. So I'm not going to mess with you at all. To go ahead and discard those and draw into the meadow. I get to draw 2 cards. No. I don't know if it's playing or drawing or just acquiring or whatever it is. I don't care. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab these.
Ah! Don't get away! I want you to come into my jaw and fill my belly.
Too bad. And so I believe the rule is that the Night Mist Nightweave can go into the journey space of multiple times. I'm sure the designer will chime in and let me know one way or the other. So that gets them 3 points. And so for my last action of the game, let's go ahead and place my Ambassador Meeple there. I'm going to discard these cards. That's why I did the draw. To get that university card and take advantage of Omicron the Elder to get 1 pearl and 1 point. Break free! Break free from a tyranny!
What? Okay, I'll give you my pearls.
Alright, so the Nightweave bot continues to go. That would have occupied the journey space. Instead, they are going to go to the market in Haven and get themselves 3 points. Bam. I am done. The bot still can go. The bot is out of workers, but we continue to draw until they have to draw a worker. And then they, in their turn, yep, there it is. That signifies the end of both of our games. Yep, we went all the way to the end of the table. Here's my city. I scored 80 points. There's what the bot's going on. They scored 85. The difference in the score being the quality of the wonder that was acquired. They acquired a 25 point. I acquired a 20 point. You flip that, then the good guys would have won. As it was, Night Mist, or Nightweave. I'm not even going to say your name right. I'm so mad at you.
Yes! Yes! I have victory! Pearlbrook is mine! And now, New Leaf is next!
If you're watching this playthrough, you know that I have other playthroughs of Everdell with the base game that's done by Mike. I did the Spirecrest and the Mistwood expansions, and New Leaf is coming soon. Love Everdell, can't wait to make more content for it. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. Once again, this is Jason with the One Stop Co-op Shop, reminding you that we'll see you at the next stop.